So FunWithLogic has decided to be not so fun once again and fired a video at myself, Stoutmeister, and the I Hate Blood on the Dance Floor Facebook page. His reasonings for doing this is that he feels that because myself and others express the opinion that we think that Davi Vanity is a pedophile who has had sex with underage fan members and is also an asshole because he's fucked over just about everyone and anyone who's ever worked with him in any capacity, that all of us saying this is just libel slander, and that we should face legal consequences for expressing this opinion. I'm making this video because I'm so sick and tired of people who misuse the word slander. That's not slander. That's an expression of an opinion. And an opinion that happens to be based on a lot of fact that this guy just seems to completely ignore. That many people who misuse the word slander, in any case, ignore entirely that it has something to back it up. So, let me give some examples here. For me personally, the first example I can give is when I made the cult video about Onision. A lot of you remember this. Hell, it was the one video that I'm most known for. When I made that video, calling him out for being practically a cult leader who invented his own psycho-religion at the age of 17, he came out and said he was going to sue me for slander because I put that video out. That's not slander. And I had no worries about him suing me because I knew he had no foot to stand on, and no case whatsoever. Slander implies that you were just making shit up about somebody and demeaning and defacing their character with nothing to back it up whatsoever, and we're doing it for no other reason than the purpose of character assassination. That's slander. But I had shit to back what I was saying up. I have still a whole manila folder full of shit to back up what I was saying. Therefore, not slander. Moving away from YouTube, I dealt with a similar situation about 3 weeks ago. I used to work for a group of very fucking stupid people back in Las Vegas. And one of the main things about their group that I never liked is that they would take advantage of many people's weaknesses to exploit their strengths. Say you had depression, they'd take advantage of that and keep you upset and keep bringing you up to let you down so they could keep getting services out of you. For example. Eventually I got tired of this bullshit, and I quit, after being brought through the fucking ringer. I expressed my opinion on a video on a channel on this fucking YouTube here, and somebody got a hold of it, spread it like wildfire, and a bunch of people got mad that real shit had come out about how they behave. In return, I got a long diatribical post about how one of these people thought that I was a womanizing, misogynistic, deadbeat father, loser, asshole, anything that you can think of, and I responded to it. If some of you remember this, that's cool. If some of you don't, that's whatever. I made a huge, draconianly long post responding to what this person had said. I said, well, you're full of shit. You're essentially part of a cult of personality that takes advantage of other people's failings to exploit their strengths. And you're upset that somebody called it out because it infringes on your little happy, stupid fun time. You're saying that I have no sense of responsibility, yet I got away from you people and am now kicking pretty much a whole lot of ass in my life these days, and you're going to accuse me of being all these horrible, awful things to try to demean my character because you feel guilty that you are part of something that exploits other people. That's what I said. In so many words as, you're full of fucking shit. The fact that I said this does not equate to slander. But you know what I got? I got in return a loser from their group saying that I'd slandered all of them. And so many words as copy and pasting the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary's definition of the word slander with a winking emote next to it in my Facebook inbox. What a hard ass. What a martyr. But again, nothing I said was slanderous. I was expressing an opinion based in a lot of truth over personal experiences that I'd had with these people. I was well in my right to say these things, and I will continue to express that opinion from now until pretty much the end of time. That they're a bunch of manipulative motherfuckers who like to exploit people with lulled sensibilities in order to get what they want, no matter how mundane it might be. And the people who are crazy enough to defend this are some of the most lulled and malleable people that you'll ever meet. And it doesn't matter what level of intellect they shelve themselves on, they're still that easy to take advantage of, and it's sad. That's why I didn't want to work with these people anymore. I will still be allowed to think the person who I was responding to in such a long message was a bitch and a dumbass who was running their mouth about nothing and backing it up with nothing because they were guilty that some true shit came out about them and their group, and maybe a couple of people were batting an eye at, wow, you're really fucked up for wanting to be around people like that. We thought you were better than that. But in either case, whether it be this blood on the dance floor situation or my tribulations with some really retarded fuckloads back in Vegas, everyone is well within their rights to say what we're saying. And it's not slander. We're protected under this country's First Amendment right to free speech. Nothing we're saying is really infringing on the rights of anybody. It's not fucking their lives over and disrupting their lives in any way, shape, or form. If they want to have a bad day because they've got to take a look in the mirror at their own actions when true shit comes out, and introspect, and then subsequently completely forget about everything they just introspected on and go back to being a scumbag, that's on them. But it's not fucking up their lives. And there is no legal recourse for having a page like I Hate Blood on the Dance Floor. There isn't. There are many people who have provided pretty solid proof, in my opinion, that a lot of the accusations about Davi Vanity are fucking solid as shit. And I think those people need to be heard out more. Denying these people a place to share their story and express how they feel is just as shitty as looking the other way if any of this stuff were to happen right next to you. Say the guy was about to go down on the next Jesse Slaughter while he was sitting right the fuck next to you. It's the same thing as going, I don't see it, it's not there, I can sure as hell smell it though. At that point, you've just allowed the guy to get away with some pretty fucked up shit. People are going to say what they're going to say about people like Davi Vanity, like the motherfuckers I worked with, and that's for the better. These are people that deserve to have a negative opinion expressed about them because of the things that they do to other people. And if everyone were to just sit on their hands and do nothing about it because they weren't allowed to say anything about it, then these individual motherfuckers would be allowed to exploit and manipulate any situation that they encounter where they use and fuck over another human being as they see fit. And they don't deserve that right, nor do they deserve that ability. So, I hate blood on the dance floor? Perfectly fine. There's nothing really wrong with it.